What is up, guys? Ep.42 here, and welcome back to another episode of Katawa Shoujo. I think that's how you say it. I'm gonna keep at it and pray that I'm saying that correctly. But hello and welcome back. So you guys crushed the like button thing. I said to try and get at least 10 likes between both episodes, and you guys crushed it. First episode, I believe, had 8 likes, and I'm actually recording this before I even put out the second episode, so you guys definitely crushed it, because I know you guys can definitely get past getting 2 more likes, so we're definitely going to continue the series, and you guys seem to enjoy it. I had a comment saying that you should definitely continue this, it's a lot of fun, and I also got a grammar comment saying that I pronounced 2 words wrong, but whatever, it's just a YOLO. Anyway, so welcome back, and we're going to continue today. Let's see. Oh, I accidentally didn't, whoops. Let's actually go to the one that, we were actually playing on. There we go. Much better. Alright, let's continue this again, guys. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I had forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the 3rd room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that, indeed, it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bag's on the floor, my no school books on the desk. My numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating, until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from the foil sheet. I down them with the chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent evades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one. A natural one. That's funny. When he said nose, my nose started to itch. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter, and Shizune's weeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah. What does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decided to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. Well, here we go with that weird thing like the last time. She looks kind of pissed off. Why does she always look pissed? She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Misha! Oh. Sorry, Shichan. Is there something you wanted from me? Finally, that's what I would have been like. Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hichan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway. Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join the club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. Oh, just a note here for you guys. If I sound like I'm really weird when it gets to like the end of the sentences, it's because I can't see it because the mic's in the way, so I have to like look over. So just to clear that up, I probably should have said that last time too. But anyway, continue. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraging to join the club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. I don't know, Hichan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. Jesus. There we go. Huh? Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud, I can see heads turning and look in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind the festival will inevitably change with time. She always looks mad. Now, it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though brushing it off without a care. Parayos. We are in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shichan. What? That's right. Hichan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in their mind, when something dark flutters in my familiar vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long, dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl, go. Why doesn't he say anything? Hichan, something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me, looking after the girl who left? No, it's nothing. Mad happy face. Okay. Well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yeah, wahaha. That freaking laugh. Okay, Hei-chan, perfect. As time passes along, the bell finally is probably going to ring. Or not. The rest of the class pauses uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I had the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only barely managed to finish all of our work in time. I'm just glad we finished it all. It's not a contest or anything. Man, she looks really mad. Yes, it is, Hichan. Impossible. Really? Really? I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shichan can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to look at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, Shizune can't hear me. But it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No. She's at least looking at me, so this is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Gaze! Ugh! Are you sure, John? Very sure. Ha ha ha. You're wrong, Hichan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Wahahaha. I freaking laugh. Shizune pushes her glasses up on the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. There goes that bell. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I'd almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Whoa, okay. Just jump in like, hey, what's up? Where do you want to go eat? Cafeteria? Haha, that's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. In my old school, I liked to eat outside, near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there is a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria. which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classrooms or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had box lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So Hu-chan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right? Shi-chan, okay. I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she was about to deliver a speech. Hi-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There's a book club, right, Shi-chan? Right, but it seems like they have all the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hi-chan, it's a really popular club. Okay. But more to the point, Chan, does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Those evil glares. Good, great, that's great, Chan, really great. Super evil laugh. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hi-chan, other than clubs and upcoming festivals, there's one other thing. Student Council! I see. I didn't know this school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this, but because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion, in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has the voice, whatever she says. Right, Hi-chan. Maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we can hang out every day after school. I just put that in. We can hang out every day, Hi-chan. Shi-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shi-chan is the president. Starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Of course. We're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to, so you're admitting that. No, we admit nothing. I mean, Chan, of course, it would be nice if you joined, and we'd appreciate it, but even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, it's true, Hi-chan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hi-chan? I can't tell if she is being today is gonna get worse and worse as it goes, isn't it? Genuine, or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they are already pretty cute to begin with. Well... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hi-chan. What? No! See, Shi-chan? Of course you wouldn't go on so easily. Yep, that's right though. It would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Shi-chan owes me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Gosh, I can't read today. You freaking wear glasses, Jesus. Wahaha! That's interesting, Hi-chan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hi-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Why not? Well, because you both, the two of you, well, because you two both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is that the both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline. Hi-chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us and that we would pull something so yes? Makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell when Shizune influence ends and Misha thoughts begin. Yeah, now they look pissed. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feeling, you should definitely join the student council. No! 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 How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man? Oh, I know this. Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. America! America! You make a paper triangle, and then you try and shoot it past the goalpost that the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Shichan. It's also played by elementary and middle school children, Shichan. That means it's this means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. We're like the boys from the slightly older men. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hichan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so rudely. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even know anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Chan, how about Risk? Oh my god, she knows Risk! Risk is amazing. I don't know what that is. You don't know? What the frick's wrong with you? Risk is awesome. It's really funny, Chan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. ... Really, Hichan? We can play just for fun, Hichan. Shichan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay. Perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep that game. It's all a trap. I grimace to them to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything considerate, just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends, and we go back to class. So much painful reading, because this... Oh! Hey! Where you going? During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. Yeah, this girl's interesting me. She's just like there. She's coming back every 5 seconds. Alright. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby, and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I'd been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. What's wrong, Hichan? Yeah, they look way too stoked about this. That's right, we're just going to play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha. This all seems a little sinister to me. I started thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. I have no clue if I said that right. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys, being so on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, Hichan. Shichan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened. Expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusing to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her arms behind their back, looking pleased with herself. Misha finds deafness and hums cheerfully. Stop that. I know you heard me. You've no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, spaciously decorated room, although it's quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a small desk promptly placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side, as well, extras perhaps. Aside from the table and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old-school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here, or something. But the most noticeable thing that this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? Oh great, it's probably just them. No. What do you mean, no? Doesn't it mean nobody else is coming today? Yeah, that's right. Before I managed to ask that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hey, Chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Ha ha ha. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain it to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. She just chucks it. She's like, screw this. Actually, it looks kind of interesting. It is interesting. This game is awesome. This is like one of my favorite board games. Come on, you gotta know this. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the bag. Dang it, stop doing that. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, she cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arms through the air. Salute. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Oh, they're gonna skip Risk. God damn it. Ugh. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Hechan, Shichan wants you to know that you are taking too long to make a move. Shichan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no! Shichan admires your fighting spirit and would be benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. Oh god, this is mad funny. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index fingers against her temples as if she's trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. This mic in the way is so annoying. It's like in the worst spot, and I can't move it either. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Ah, wait, please, slow down! Shichan, hey Chan, Shichan says you're going to lose. Till I have crushed your world empire with my rebellion. Ah, okay. That face! What the hell? Those eyes of her shine with childlike mischief. Oh god. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. What do I got? It's a trap. It's smarter to play defensively. She has a point. Attack aggressively. So should I attack her or should I defend? I think I'd rather defend because it's definitely a trap. I've been saying this through this whole freaking thing. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. I'm gonna defend. It's lucky that she's just trying to psych me out. Oh, god dang it. A few turns later, I lose the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. Wahaha, hey Chad, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. I mean, Shichan, not me. Whoops. Getting control of North America is ambitious because it provides a 5 army bonus. But you can attack it from 3 fronts, so you must defend all of them. I thought you'd have more guts. How disappointing. Ambitious, Shichan. Your play needs to be more daring. Ambitious. Ambition. I was really excited when you took South America, but then you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, Hichan. What did I choose the wrong thing? I'm sorry. I was still gonna defend. I'm sorry. You didn't take enough risks. And when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Hichan. Damn. What's it to her if I played too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. Okay, whoa, back up. I wonder if you'd even be any good for the student council. What's this, reverse psychology? I guess I don't have to worry about joining or not in that case. Diving up just like that? I expected more from you. Seriously? Shizune trying to taunt me into joining in the club? Council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day. I can't make that kind of a commitment. I haven't even taken a look at any of the other clubs yet. And these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a look at the clubs before I decide. Really, Hichan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better? Yeah, I'm just not sure that I want to. Aww. That piss face again. Okay, Hichan, but we're not going to give up so easily. You said maybe. There's still a chance you'll come around. Come on, we could really have fun. We could play more Risk. More Risk? I want to play more Risk. Dang it, why does it keep doing that? Oh, okay. I don't know why it keeps going back. I don't know what the heck's going on. We can play more Risk, which I would like. And maybe one day you can beat me, unless we graduate before that. It doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know. Surely you're not that terrible at board games. Well, I'm a boss, so get on my level. Maybe we can play a game, you know, then, to give you a handicap. I might have said that just to make you feel better, after all. Aw, it's cold. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I spent far too long playing Risk than I expected. Oh, stop doing this. Sorry, I think I have to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures to Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shizune. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor, can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No thanks, it's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye. What these creepy paintings? One flight of stairs up, and I run into a problem. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. Wide, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. The problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easy determined as one would think. The classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there is a plethora of other unremarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the later and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, though. Just barely ajar so that I can see its opening and nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means that someone is inside and I can ask for directions no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arms ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to this school can be shaken from my mind, so much so that I insignificantly fear doing something wrong by entering. Oh god, that creeped me out actually. That made me jump a little bit. The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though it's much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head even further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible. The meek hello on my lips is quickly snatched away. Oh, she's hot. She's like, oh, she's hot.